For the record, I am the flesh and breathing man.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're breathing. So,
For the record, I wanted to make it known that I'm here on special appearance under threat, duress, and coercion. I need to know the jurisdiction this court is operating under.
so have a seat. Do you understand? Yes or no?
I do not understand.
All right. Do you understand what it means to take a seat?
I do understand.
All right. So take a seat.
If I don't come here, warrants will be placed, which I will be kidnapped and held hostage, and I do not want that.
Mr. Casanova, in the human flesh. I'm going to stop you right there. And I want you to hear me clearly.
All right, folks. Today's courtroom showdown brings a unique twist to the usual sovereign citizen standoff. This time, Judge Boyd takes center stage with a strategy we rarely see. Instead of meeting chaos with conflict, she responds with calm. Instead of raising her voice, she holds her ground with grace. It's not your typical face-off. In fact, Judge Boyd flips the script by using patience and poise as her main tools. While the defendant tosses out his usual string of confusing, legal-sounding arguments, she counters with logic, clarity, and a tone so composed it almost disarms him completely. It's like watching a chess master play against someone who barely understands the rules of the game. While the sovereign citizen stumbles through outdated legal theories, Judge Boyd stays 2 steps ahead, firm, respectful, and completely in control. And honestly, it's refreshing to see this kind of approach. That she's not trying to embarrass or belittle. She's just reminding everyone in the room what real authority looks like when it's handled with confidence. As you watch this play out, let me know what you think of Judge Boyd's method. Is kindness the new secret weapon in dealing with courtroom disruption? Or is she just playing the long game with style? Either way, you're about to see how a cool-headed judge handles a heated situation without ever raising her voice. Let's jump in and watch this exchange unfold, moment by moment.
Hello. How's it going?
Better.
All right. So my understanding, you want to represent yourself? All right. You're more than welcome to represent yourself, but here's the thing. Everybody says that they can be an attorney because all attorneys do is talk. That's what people think. But they don't realize there's a lot of knowledge, experience, and wisdom behind that.
Absolutely.
So if you want to have a jury trial where you represent yourself, you're more than welcome to do so. But once it's set for trial, it's going to trial, and no one's going to be helping you. The state is not going to say, hey, we see that you really don't know the rules, so let me tell you this rule. They're not going to be doing that. My job is not going to be to help you with objections, help you with motions. That's 100% you. Do you understand?
I do. And are we on the record?
No, we're not on the record. But you want to put something on the record?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Sure. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2974, State of Texas Vector versus Hector Casanova. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? And are you Hector Casanova?
No, for the record, I am the flesh and breathing man. I'm here on a special appearance to clarify any misunderstanding. I am not the legal fiction known as Hector J. Casanova that is on the information there. I just have a few questions to clarify some things.
All right, so if you would like to clarify some things, then the person I need to speak to is the flesh and blood man known as Hector Casanova.
Yes, I am the flesh and blood man, Hector Casanova Jr.
All right, so you are Hector Casanova, correct?
I am Hector Casanova Jr., the flesh and breathing man.
All right, well, I'm glad you're breathing. So what did you want to place on the record?
Well, first, I don't understand the charges that are being brought against me. There are some clarifications I do want to.
All right, so just 1 second before we get to that. Have you been given a copy of the indictment?
No, I have not.
All right, so we're going to get you a copy of the indictment. Just give me a moment. All right, have a seat. We're going to come back on the record with this.
All right.
So we're back on the record in 2024 CR 2974. State versus Hector Casanova. All right, Mr. Casanova, here's the thing. And I want you to hear me clearly. All right? I am not your attorney. The document that has been given you is a copy of the indictment. I'm not to give you information about your indictment. That's the indictment. That's what we're here for. So any questions that you would have about that indictment, you're going to have to answer those for yourself. Otherwise, the person who will be telling you about what the indictment means and what the numbers are, that would be an attorney. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
Oh, you don't understand the court's authority? Well then, how about we schedule a competency evaluation? Because at this point, it's starting to feel like we're having two entirely different conversations. Honestly, watching these sovereign citizen cases unfold makes you wonder, should the legal system introduce a basic qualification test before someone can argue their own case? Imagine a mandatory reality check exam. Nothing too complicated, just enough to make sure someone understands that yes, courts are real, laws apply, and the Constitution isn't a personal loophole generated. It wouldn't even be about gatekeeping. It'd be about saving time, resources, and courtroom sanity. Because let's be honest, when someone walks into court claiming they are not subject to any laws, they are not making a legal argument. They are just creating chaos. You can't just declare independence from the legal system like it's a bad group text. You still have to follow the rules. And no matter how many homemade documents or YouTube references they bring in, none of it overrides actual legislation or a judge's ruling. The irony. The Constitution they love to quote already guarantees fair treatment under the law. If they just take the time to understand it properly, instead, they turn every hearing into a bizarre theater of resistance, leaving the judge no choice but to shut it down. It's not about suppressing anyone's rights. It's about making sure courtrooms function the way they're supposed to, with order, clarity, and respect.
Oh, what that means is, for example, we can go off the record. I'm giving you a hypothetical, all right? Let's say you needed surgery and you're in the middle of the wilderness, you need surgery, and you tell me and you tell the doctor, guess what? I'm performing this surgery on my own. I don't need you. I'm walking out of the hospital. I'm gonna go in the desert. Now, maybe the doctor would try to stop you and do other things. But if you go in that desert by yourself, don't tell the doctor where you are. You take a scalpel out in the desert by yourself. You don't get to call the doctor and say, hey, I'm in the middle of the desert performing surgery. I'm going to be my own anesthesiologist. I'm doing all of this. How do you do this? Because they're not going to tell you. It's the same thing here. You're saying that you do not want to be represented by an attorney. You want to represent yourself. So that motion, that indictment, I'm not to tell you anything about what that indictment is. The state is not to tell you, oh, this is what this indictment means. This is the range of punishment. Those are things that you're supposed to do. Do you understand?
I still don't understand.
All right, so just have a seat. This is what's going to end up happening. You're going to have an attorney. That attorney is going to come over to the court right now. You're going to speak to that attorney. After you speak to that attorney, we're going to go forward. Ms. Ferguson, can you call Manage to Sign Counsel and let them know that we need an attorney over here? And that attorney will talk to you. That attorney will tell you what that indictment means. That attorney will tell you the range of punishment. Do you understand?
I still don't understand.
All right, well, I don't know how I can further make you understand.
Are we on the record?
Yeah. All right, Norma, get someone from Manage to Sign Counsel here, please. All right, just have a seat and we're going to have an attorney come down. All right.
I would like to ask some questions on the record, if I may, while I have your time here.
Oh, no. Let me just tell you, you'll have my time till 5 o'clock because that's how long we're here. What is going to end up happening is an attorney from Manage to Sign Counsel is going to come down. Do you understand?
I do not understand because I don't feel like I am needing an attorney because I'm here to represent myself as the flesh and breathing man, Hector Casanova Jr. Let's see. All right. So let the record of the court show that I, Hector Casanova
Just one
Jr.
second.
the accused
Just
in
one
the
stop. All right, we're on the record. So what did you want the record to reflect?
So let the record of the court show that I, Hector Casanova Jr., the accused in this criminal action, has asked the court to divulge the nature and cause of the accusation upon the authority of the Sixth Amendment, and that this court has failed in its duty to inform me of the nature and cause of this action.
Absolutely. Here's a fully rewritten, uniquely reworded, and expanded version of your script, crafted with a clear, professional, and engaging tone, perfect for courtroom commentary or legal storytelling. You can almost feel the tension rising with every sentence this guy speaks, because instead of helping himself, he's just digging a deeper hole. It's like watching someone try to build a ladder out of sand. The more he talks, the worse it gets. The judge clearly laid out the charges. Plain, simple, and impossible to miss, and yet, here he is, sitting in court with that blank stare, pretending like he's completely unaware of what's going on. It's not confusion. It's deflection. He's clinging to this tired sovereign citizen routine, stalling like time alone will somehow erase the facts. Spoiler alert. It won't. And honestly, the act is starting to feel more like a performance than an actual defense. The courtroom isn't a stage, and the judge certainly isn't buying what he's selling. And here's the real kicker. He's not just dodging the truth. He's dancing dangerously close to perjury. Lying to a judge in a courtroom setting isn't just bold, it's illegal. And from the way things are going, that could add even more heat to an already serious situation. Whether he realizes it or not, every dishonest word he says is being recorded, reviewed, and potentially used against him. At this point, he's not just hurting his credibility. He might be building a whole new case without even knowing it.
Furthermore,
let me
let the
stop you.
record also show.
Mr. Casanova, let me ask you a question. Have you been given a copy of the indictment?
I believe so.
All right, so let the record reflect that Mr. Casanova has been given the copy of the indictment. In the copy of the indictment, it tells him what he is charged with. You may continue.
Now, these charges, are they civil? Is this a civil charge or a criminal charge?
All right, that is something that if you had an attorney to represent you, they would be able to tell you. What the court can tell you is that you are in a felony court, and this is a criminal court.
Okay. This being a criminal, let the record of the court show that the action against me is criminal action. My following question would be, the Constitution grants this court two types of criminal jurisdiction. Criminal jurisdiction under the common law and criminal jurisdiction under the Admiralty or military tribunal. In which of these two jurisdictions does this court intend to try me?
All right, so this is what is going to happen, Mr. Casanova. Someone from Managed Assigned Counsel is going to come over, and you can speak with them or not speak with them. But the questions that you are asking the court are not, some of them are not in any shape, form, or fashion related to the fact that you're in a criminal district court. Do you understand?
I do not understand.
Okay.
But I don't think you'll be violating your oath of office if you did your duty under the Constitution. I am not seeking legal advice. What I want to know is legal intent. I have the right to appear as myself in my own person without a licensed attorney. In order to intelligently defend myself, I need to know the jurisdiction this court is operating under. So therefore, will you please answer the question so that way this court is properly identified?
All right, you're in the 187 District Court. It's a criminal court. You're on the 4th floor.
Thank you. This Constitution grants this court two types of criminal jurisdiction. Criminal jurisdiction under the common law and criminal jurisdiction under
All right, I'm going
Admiralty
to
or
counsel.
military
I'm sorry, Mr. Casanova, in the human flesh. I'm going to stop you right there. What is going to end up happening, I want you to hear me clearly. An attorney is coming over for Managed Assigned Counsel, period. That's it. So have a seat. Managed Assigned Counsel will come over. Do you understand? Yes or no?
I do not understand.
All right. Do you understand what it means to take a seat?
I do understand.
All right. So take a seat. Thank you.
Normally, I get frustrated when judges take a soft approach, especially when dealing with sovereign citizens who thrive on disruption. Most of the time, that quiet strategy just doesn't work. It lets the nonsense drag on way too long. But in this case, Judge Boyd is proving that calm doesn't mean weak. It means strategic. She's not raising her voice, not getting flustered. She's simply staying focused, steady, and sharp. Let's be clear, she's not soft. She's just smart. Her approach is thoughtful and measured, like she's working out the moves of a complex chess game while her opponent is still trying to read the rulebook. Instead of escalating things, she lowers the heat and lets the sovereign citizen's logic collapse on its own. And it's kind of brilliant to watch. What's even better? He has absolutely no clue he's losing ground with every answer. He thinks is controlling the conversation, when in reality, she's guiding him right into every legal corner. She's asking the right questions, giving him space to talk, and then calmly showing how none of his answers hold up. He walked in thinking he could outsmart the system, and she's calmly dismantling that illusion one step at a time. Honestly, it's like watching a professional quietly take apart a messy argument without ever breaking a sweat. So what do you think? Is Judge Boyd playing this exactly right? Or would you take a more direct approach? Let's dive back into the hearing and see how this masterclass in courtroom control continues to unfold.
We have talked. I've informed him that I'm here, to help him in whatever he needs help with. He's going to consider what help he thinks might need to be. I know he wants to put something on that.
Okay. All right. And so you'll be appointed as standby
Yes.
counsel then?
I've kind of explained my role and what that means and how I can help him with something as simple as e-filing or that type of thing. So,
All right. We're going to go back on the record in 2024 CR 2974, State versus Hector Casanova. Mr. Casanova, if you'll come forward. Yes. All right. So, Mr. Casanova, Mr. Bach is going to be your standby counsel. And that's someone that if you have questions, you can ask him legal questions or what you may have.
Thank you for your consideration.
All right.
Uh,
And he informed me you wanted to place something on the record?
Yes, for the record, I wanted to make it known that I'm here on special appearance under threat, duress, and coercion.
All right. Who threatened or coerced you to come to court?
The county of Texas.
How so?
Well, if I don't come here, then warrants will be placed, which I will be kidnapped and held hostage, and I do not want that. So that's why I'm here, special appearance, to clarify any misunderstandings and to let it be known where I stand on the record.
Okay. Is there anything else?
I said everything I needed to be said.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to recall your case in 1 month. It's going to be a discovery setting. So that's to make sure that you have all the information that the state has concerning your case. Do you understand?
I do understand.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset for Mr. Casanova. And after you receive all the discovery, then the next setting is going to be a plea deadline date. The state will tender an offer to you at the next setting. And then I'll give you your plea deadline date, and you can accept the state's offer, come to an agreement or not. If you're unable to come to an agreement at that time, it'll be scheduled for jury trial.
Thank you, Ms. Boyd.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
I have no further questions.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson is going to give me a date, and then you'll sign it. Mr. Bach will sign it to signify when you're to come back. All right.
I appreciate your time.
All right, you're welcome, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court. What date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, so we'll be back on July 29th. All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Yes.
If something were to come up and I need to maybe reschedule that date, is that a possible thing to
You'll
come
need-
up ahead of time?
You'll need to speak to the court coordinator, and they will let you know. I will tell you the rescheduling of cases. Are you in the hospital? You're not in the hospital, you need to be here.
Okay.
You understand?
So pretty much no excuse, be here.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Okay, let's talk about this, because I truly don't get why this guy is grinning like he just won the lottery. He knows exactly what he's doing, putting on this act like he's just some confused citizen trying to figure things out. But now, suddenly, he's trying to buddy up with Judge Boyd like it's casual Friday in court. Come on, nobody in the room is buying it, and you can see right through the performance. And then, out of nowhere, he asks if they can move his court date, like it's a dinner reservation or something. That move alone raised more than a few eyebrows. Let's be honest, it sounds like he's trying to delay the inevitable, hoping to slip out the back door unnoticed. But here's the truth. The more he tries to play the system, the more he sets himself up for failure. You can't outmaneuver a courtroom with fake smiles and vague excuses. All he's really doing is digging a deeper hole, one shaky excuse at a time. What's wild is how calm and cheerful he remains through the entire ordeal. Honestly, it's unsettling. It doesn't feel sincere. It feels like a smokescreen. like his smiling to distract from the fact that he has no real plan, no legal ground, and no idea how badly this could end. And let's not forget, Judge Boyd gave him multiple chances to reset and take things seriously, but he ignored all of it. He's walking straight into legal trouble thinking he's in control, when in reality, he's setting himself up for a serious fall. Spoiler alert. This doesn't end well for people who try to dance around the law. The system may be patient, but it's not blind. And if he keeps testing it, it won't be long before the consequences land hard. That said, let's give credit where it's due. Judge Boyd handled this one like a pro. She didn't let the act throw her off, didn't let the charm offensive work, and stayed one step ahead the entire time. She read between the lines, kept her composure, and quietly outmaneuvered him in every single moment. In my opinion, this was one of her strongest performances. Calm, sharp, and totally in control. Let me know what you thought of this one. Was Judge Boyd on point, or would you have taken a different approach? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing your perspectives, and I always read through what you all share. And if you're enjoying this kind of content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I post fresh videos every single day, so there's always something new to check out. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care and stay sharp.